don't put it in the potty if it don't come from your body. Ain't no party like a porta potty dance party. Hello, this is Halcyon, and welcome to some last-minute tips and tricks for Burning Man. Here's some last-minute things to remember. First of all, bicycles. There's all these things about how important it is to have a bicycle. For some reason, the message doesn't always filter out through here that bicycles are property. You cannot borrow someone's bicycle. If you see a yellow bike, which is green, is a community bike, and if someone is not on it, it is yours to borrow while you ride it and then set it someplace else. Don't take a community bike out to the temple and expect it to be there for you to ride it back. Once you get off it, you no longer have control over it. If you try to stash it or hide it or lock it up, that is theft. It is a crime against the community. Do not do that. Do not lock up, decorate, or try to hide a yellow bike, which is green. Got it? If you want a bike, bring a bike or borrow a bike. If you are acting from a burner place and you are gifting and you are kind and you are, then you will have people around you that would be willing to loan you a bike for a set period of time. If you have an adventure that you want to go out and see something far out or see some art or go out to the temple, find someone that you've built up trust with and say, hey, can I borrow this bike for 2 hours? Don't just take a bike. I'm going to say that one more time. Don't just take a bike. Maybe we'll make a song about it so it sinks in. Don't just take a bike. What? Say, don't just take a bike. Don't take it! Oh! A few notes on porta potties. I didn't realize in my younger days that porta potties were not magical holes in the ground. Porta potties function in a way where it stores all the goo and then a truck comes by with a little hose and sucks it all out. The reason this is important is because nothing should go in the porta potty that didn't go through your body. The hose is made in a way that it is not equipped to deal with anything that could not pass through you. So maybe when you're a kid you ate a quarter and it passed through you. If you happen to pass that quarter while you're sitting in the porta potty, fine. Otherwise, nothing non-natural. Nothing. Don't throw a beer can in there. That seriously jeopardizes the pumping process and has the possibility of jeopardizing the entire event because the porta potty people there was a problem some years where they almost stopped coming because of the clogging. Do not put it in the porta potty if it didn't come from your body. Oh, what did you say? Another song? Don't put it in the potty if it don't come from your body. Ain't no party like a porta potty dance party. Okay. Respect an artist's art. There is some art out there that welcomes expression. The temple, for example, it is raw wood with the intention of people writing things on it. Unless it is very clear from the artist who put their sweat into it, do not add pen, writing, paint, anything to an art item that is not the way it is meant to be interactive. At the same time, if something is a fragile wind chime, don't climb on it. Use your head. But basically, honor the artist as you would be honored. I don't have a song for that. Don't ride on it, don't ride on it unless there's a sign that says ride on it. Ride on, ride on. Don't you know to ride on? All right. Leave no trace is broader than you think. Leave no trace is meaning you do not leave a trace of your camp where you camped. It means you do not leave a trace of your presence anywhere you go. It means if you're out, you go out into the night shuffling around with a couple beers, those beer cans come back with you. So if that means you need to bring an extra bag with you to put your empties in, that's what you do. You don't leave a beer can at somebody else's camp. Totally not. That's against the principles. That's a serious one. Leave no trace. And the other thing is, leave no trace is not personal. It is personal, you have personal responsibility, but it isn't limited by what you, like, well, it's not my mess. No, if somebody, if you see on the ground a feather, if you see a piece of paper, if you see the back of a sticker, if you see something that's there, your gift to all of us is picking it up. For it fell through the cracks of somebody's Leave No Trace efforts, so thank you in advance for picking that up. We all got to help each other out so that it works beautifully. There's probably a song in there somewhere. I wanted to just kind of just give a general thought that I often see people going out into the desert, you know, they put a little sunscreen on and then head out on an adventure. And I would say you should probably have a bag that you bring with you every time you go out. Maybe if you have a bike, you have a basket, you put it in there. And it has some just basic things in it, you know, like sunscreen, lip balm, water bottle, maybe a light jacket if you're going out at the end of the day so that you know, if it gets cold while you're out, you can have enough to get back home. A flashlight, one-ply teepee in case you have an adventure in a porta potty and something comes out of your body, but there's no teepee there, see? And then, you know, dust mask, goggles. If you want a cup, if you're a drinker, a cup to get filled in, and maybe even a spoon, that way you can use it for a meal as well. So if you have all those things, I also bring some wet naps and a Ziploc to put dirty wet naps in. All of those things, you can stay wandering for days as long as you have those things. Dust mask, goggles, water bottle, light jacket, flashlight, one-ply teepee, wet nap, and a Ziploc, lip balm, sunscreen, sunglasses, optional, and a cup, maybe a spoon. If you've got something that you want to add to that list, let me know. The mandatory bag is mandatory. Don't jump on a moving art car. I don't know. That's something that some people just don't know. They think, oh, cool. It's all. No, that's a huge danger. To the cars are designed in set ways. Sometimes they have limits to how many people and where people can sit. If you're going to join and get on an art car, it's got to be stopped. Make sure it's consensual and that it's okay with the person driving and there's room for you. Another thing on Leave No Trace, there is a kind of loose, weak chain element of leaving no trace at the end of all-night dance parties. So an art car gives its wonderful gift of music out near the trash fence, and there's tons of people out having a great time. By the time morning comes, they've gone through their drinks, they maybe have shed out clothes, and there's these huge areas where, as a community, we don't do that well as leaving no trace. So if you are out at a dance party, make sure you don't leave a trace out there and remind other people to get their stuff, and maybe even just everyone help each other out in case there were some people that in the middle of the night left with forgetting some things. Last thing that I wanted to share is a lot of people ask me, well, how do I know where to camp and how do I find people that I'm planning on meeting there? Obviously, that's if you don't have a theme camp that's placed. If you have a theme camp that's placed, as you drive in, you'll tell them that. They'll tell you where you are, and you go there. What I used to do is find an area, you look at the map and where the placed theme camps are, and then find an area that's beyond, that's in open camping, and pick that as like a goal destination, you know, like 8th and I. And then tell your friends, we're going to try to get as close to 8th and I as possible. Once you get settled in, you find an area near 8th and I. Make sure you tell all your neighbors, you introduce yourself. Hey, we have people looking for us. We're called, blah, 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 blah. Think of a name for yourself. Just so you know, Pink Heart is taken. But if you want me to name your theme camp, I'll think of something awesome. But it probably has the word genitals in it. So, and then register with Playa Info, which is a computer technology-based program where they can find exactly where you are. You can put it in the system where you and your friends are with your name, and then your friends can look you up. There's also a manual board where you can put up a flyer or something, maybe in advance, make a flyer so people know what color to look for, and you can put it on the board. But actually, they still do play info with paper? Technology, man. I don't know if they do it with paper anymore. It's .coms is what they do it now. So I hope you will come by 845 in Esplanade at some point and visit Pink Heart and have some iced chilled cucumber water or vegan coconut milk ice cream on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. When we serve that in the middle of the day. Thursday at noon, please join me and the amazing, wonderful people of Black Rock City as we have a Hug Nation talk and then the Pink Ride. And then we'll come back for ice cream afterwards. So noon on Thursday is the 8th annual Pink Ride. You're going to be perfect. You are exactly what Black Rock City has been waiting for. If you are a veteran, thank you for all your efforts and everything you're bringing. Thank you for all the artists who are already probably don't have time to watch this video because they're working so hard to create magical expressions of their divine light for us to play with and experience and be inspired by. Thank you for your inspiration and your heart. See you at home. I love you. Don't just take a bite. What? Say don't just take a bite. Don't take it! Oh!